Hello and welcome everyone. Um, so from this lecture, we are actually going to learn how to create websites from scratch. Whether you are new to coding or looking to enhance your skills in website development, you are in the right place. Let's start by exploring HTML. So now that you have gotten a sense of what this course will cover, let's dive a bit deeper into the core technologies that make web development possible: HTML, CSS, and scripting. We are specifically going to learn JavaScript in this course. Think of these three as the holy trinity of web development. Each one is essential for creating a complete web page. Um, so, to understand how these technologies work together, let's use a simple analogy. Imagine human being with web development process. The HTML is like the skeleton. It provides the structure and form, just like your bone gives your body shape. And CSS is like the skin and clothing. It defines what you look like. And just like your eye colors, hairstyles, clothes, etc., CSS styles the HTML to make the web page look attractive and more organized. And finally, JavaScript is like your muscles and actions. It enables movement and interaction. You can think of it like brushing your teeth, or dancing requires muscle movement. Similar thing. So moving on, what is HTML? HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language, is the backbone of any web page. It is a textual language used for creating web pages, defining the structure and content of the web. So, HTML file basics. HTML files are usually saved with the .html or .htm file extensions, such as index.html. This extension tells the web browser that the file is an HTML document. Typically, the first page of any website is named as index.html. It's like the main entrance to a house. So, basic structure of an HTML document, how does it look? If every HTML document follows specific structure, much like how every house has a foundation, walls, and a roof. And let's look at parts of an HTML file. So, sorry. Um, Sorry, so let's look at the different parts of the HTML document. So, HTML document basically starts with a doc type or document type declaration, which tells the browser what type of documents to expect. And then comes the head section that includes the page title or other metadata. And finally, there's the body section where the actual content of the web page lives. Moving on, understanding different HTML tags. In HTML, everything you see on a web page is constructed using elements. An element is essentially a building block of HTML representing a part of the web page. These elements are defined using HTML tags. Source of different HTML tags. For example, tags come in pairs with an opening tag and a closing tag. The opening tag signals that the start of the element, while the closing tag signals the end. The content between these tags is affected by them. So, for example, here, strong, always, this is the opening tag, and this is the closing tag. Closing tag often has this slash after the brace. Uh, so what does it mean? So strong will make the word always bold. The strong is an alternate of doing bold. We can also use the B tag to make it bold. We are going to discuss those details later. So here you can notice the closing tag has a forward slash. This is how the browsers actually know where the element ends and where it stop bolding the words. So also not all tags need a closing pair. Some tags are self-closing. It means that they don't need wraparound content but still define an element. A common example is image tags. It's written as IMG in the braces, used to display images, and it doesn't need to wrap around anything since it's self-contained. So self-closing tags are like single-use items. They do their job without needing a partner. Now here are some common HTML elements. HTML elements are the building blocks of the web pages. By using different elements, we can create structured and readable interactive contents. So let's go over the most common ones. So first, the headers or the heading tags. It starts from H1 and to H6. These tags define headings which help to structure the content. Heading tag is the most important heading, typically the main title, while heading 6 is the least important. Think of them as like hierarchy, with H1 as the chapter title and H6 as the list um, break of subsection. And then comes the paragraph tag. It writes as like this P in the braces. So this tag defines a block of text. Use paragraphs to separate your text into manageable sections. And then the emphasis tags, for example, strong is an emphasis tag, EM is a emphasis tag. So this tag is used to emphasize text, typically rendering in italic or bold. It helps to highlight important words or phrases. Strong, similar to EM, but used for even stronger emphasis, typically rendering the text in bold. We talked about image tag, that this is the tag used to embed the images in a web page. And remember, the image tag is self-closing and it doesn't need a closing tag. Next comes the anchor tag. This tag is used to create hyperlinks, which allow users to navigate to other web pages or sites. Hyperlink are a core component of the web's interconnected nature. So now let's take a closer look at a complete HTML document example. On the left, we have the HTML code, and on the right, you can see how it appears in a web browser. So this is an example that is a simple advertisement for a motorcycle demonstrating how various HTML elements work together to create structured, readable content. So let's break down the code. The document begins with a document type, that's doc type HTML declaration, which tells the browser that this is an HTML5 document. Inside the HTML tag, we have the head section, which contains the metadata about the page, um, such as the title tag. In this case, the title is For Sale 2012 Ducati Street Fighter, which appears on the browser tab. And next, the body section contains the content visible on the page. It includes an image tag, and this image has a source of this image that is embedded in the web page, and then header one tag for the main heading that says 2012 Ducati Street Fighter for 848 dollar sign 9000. This makes it clear what this page is about, and there are several paragraphs tags for paragraphs of the text providing detail about the motorcycle, such as its condition, engine, etc. And the strong tag is used to highlight important details within the text. In the previous example, you saw how different HTML elements came together to form a structured web page. Now let's zoom into in on the text formatting elements to see how they work in details. So in this screenshot, we are using paragraph tags to define text blocks and the strong tag to make certain text stand out, such as important details about the product. And now let's talk about the image tag. The image tag is one of the most commonly used element in a HTML document, allowing us to display images or graphics on a web page. In this example, the image tag is used to show a picture of a motorcycle, and the source attribute specifies the path to the image file, while the LT attribute provides alternative text, which is important for accessibility and for situations where the image cannot be displayed. And now let's look at the H1 or header 1 tag. The H1 tag is used for the main heading of the page, which typically serves as the title or the most prominent text on the web page. In this case, it's used to display 2012 Ducati Street Fighter motorcycle as the main heading, making it immediately clear that what this page is about. And the H1 tag is the most significant heading, and for example it will appear very significantly in a bigger and bold font, and it's very crucial for SEO as it helps search engines understand the topic or the content of your page. Next, let's look at the A tag. Hyperlinks are fundamental part of the web, allowing users to navigate between different pages or sites. The A tag is used to create these links in HTML file. So, for example, you see two types of hyperlinks, linked text and a full URL. Structure of the A tag. The A tag, also known as the anchor tag, requires an href attribute, which stands for hypertext reference. This attribute specifies the destination URL the link points to. And you can also style the links. For example, notice how the links are styled differently from regular text. They are often blue in color and underlined, which is a standard convention to indicate that this is a clickable link. So this is controlled by default browser styles, but you can customize link appearance using your CSS, which we are going to cover in the next slide. So we are going to see the CSS and the fundamentals of the CSS in the next lecture.